Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen of all the states. Thank you for coming for this our press conference today. I just want to address two issues. The first one is yesterday we unveiled as Kenya Kwanza Alliance our running mates who deputize His Excellency William Ruto, and also we unveiled our enhanced economic team that I'm going to lead, and to say that we shall be announcing by tomorrow our rollout plan for economic forums in the remaining counties. So we'll call you again on Wednesday for a press conference at our Kenya Kwanza Center to unveil to you the schedule of economic forums in counties that we have not covered. As you know, we were given 45 days by His Excellency the Deputy President to complete the economic forums in all the remaining counties. As you know, as Kenya Kwanza, because our focus is really on the economy, so these economic forums is the most important centerpiece of our campaign, and so therefore this announcement that we'll be making on Wednesday is very important, it's paramount, and we are in a hurry, we are in haste to complete and package that into the manifesto that we will present to the people of this country to drive this country forward for the next 5 years, hopefully 10 years after Kenya Kwanza government takes over. Now the second point is, as you know, other than my role as a team leader for our economic council at Kenya Kwanza, which is very noble assignment, national and very important, I still remain a candidate for the governorship of Kiambu County. So I'm going to work as a sugar. I'm going to take up this national responsibility that I was assigned yesterday, and also continue to sell my agenda to the people of Kiambu. But really there's no distinction, because we are running on a common platform of our economic policy as Kenya Kwanza. And so therefore, my Kenya Kwanza economic plan is also my Kiambu economic plan. And it's also going to be the Busia economic plan. It's going to be the Mandela economic plan. So we're also going to align, not just for me as a gubernatorial candidate for Kiambu, but for all Kenya Kwanza candidates. Once we come up with our manifesto, we have to domesticate it and they have to align it to their own individual manifestos. And this is common sense, because our blueprint, our economic blueprint, our manifesto is drawn from really bottom up through these forums where we are having conversations with real people on the ground. So we are not, it's not a desktop affair. It's some exercise that is very extensive, whereby we involve, and I'm sure you've seen some of the forums like the one we had the other week in Western Kenya, which were very informative and very, very robust. So the point here is that we are going to align these manifestos into our candidate manifestos, so that we are all one team that is going to work to deliver our promise to the people of this country. Thirdly, I want to take this opportunity also to announce and to unveil my running mate for the position of Governor of Kiambu County, the incoming Deputy Governor, Faith Maura. Faith holds a Bachelor of Commerce degree from Dista University and a Master's Master of Science degree in real estate from Scotland. So she comes in highly recommended and highly decorated from that particular sector. And particularly, this underscores my vision for Kiambu, because real estate is going to be at the center of my program to transform Kiambu County. Of course, alongside the other pillars, manufacturing as well, agriculture, and I hope that Kiambu County is going to be the most balanced in terms of development, where we have got agriculture not being negatively affected by our real estate development, uh, and also manufacturing. So the triple play between agriculture, manufacturing, and real estate is very important and a part of our manifesto and our program for Kiambu County. So I look forward to working with Faith uh, for her assisting me to run Kiambu County. Uh, you know, I am not one of those people who believe that you can have idle deputy governors. So like the deputy president said yesterday, that he's going to sign an executive order to assign his deputy specific roles. Equally, on my first day in office, I'm going to sign an executive order to assign my deputy governor specific roles in running the county. I am vying for Kiambu gubernatorial seat on 3 very strong pillars. The first pillar is efficient service delivery, that we have to deliver to the people. And some of these things are common sense. Things like health, things like agriculture, things like trade, things like education, for the early learning. That's part of our efficient service delivery pillar. And I'm entrusting my deputy governor to run all the service delivery dockets within the county. That will give me time and space to focus on my other two pillars, which are very central to my heart. And the second pillar is investment promotion. Kiambu can grow leaps and bounds if we have the right investment strategy. And luckily for me, I've run investment strategies locally and internationally. I've set up investment authorities in several countries. I've been part of the team that set up investment authorities, like the way we have Kenya Investment Authority in several countries. So I do believe that investment, both FDI, foreign development, direct investment, and domestic investment, there is a lot of scope and a lot of opportunity to expand investments in Kiambu County. I'm going to work with investors. I am going to have a full-fledged CEC for investment. And that underscores how important it is, so that we can be able to go out there to other countries, we can be able to talk to investors here locally. And the issue of real estate even is going to be under the investment docket, because real estate, a real estate person, anybody who is building is an investor. And so therefore we are going to look at them from the investment point of view, alongside people who are going to invest in our county, in manufacturing, in financial services. We are going to even work with national government, and I'm having this discussion with the Kenya Kwanza team, to have an intergovernmental cooperation framework that is going to allow counties to undertake some of the functions on behalf of national government, where we feel we can do it better. And one of the areas really is on business registration. The way we have companies registered in the state of Delaware, which is one of the most attractive states to register businesses in the US. I look forward to have companies registered in Kiambu, and which we look after, because I see investors as a very important partner for to complement what I want to do to transform the county of Kiambu. And our third pillar is the pillar of export promotion. For so long, we say, let us develop our agriculture, let us develop our manufacturing, let us develop our human capital. But all these have got a central focus on the domestic market. I am planning to uh, have a standalone ministry of export promotion of international trade, because we really need to go out there and knock doors in the key markets in China, in the US, in South Asia, in the Middle East, in the rest of Africa, and really develop the markets for Kiambu products and brand Kiambu. So export promotion alongside investments promotion alongside efficient service delivery are the three pillars which form the bedrock of my campaign platform. Let me also say another very important element that I want to let people of Kiambu and Kenyans at large know is that today we have got the revenue that is collected directly by county governments, what we call OSR, or own source revenue. It is my promise to the people of Kiambu that every sub-county, each of the 12 sub-counties in Kiambu will have their own revenue account, and all the money collected from each sub-county is going to be credited to the account, to the respective account of the sub-county. And why we are doing this is because we want to have 100% retention of own source revenue in the sub-counties. That money is going to be retained there. And we are going to utilize that money 100% using labor-based contracting framework, so that that money is given to the youth to do some jobs there at the sub-counties, is given to single mothers, is given to our women, it's given to the people living with disability as part of our empowerment program. We have seen so many government programs, even in the national government, well-meaning programs which are never implemented. And we say, for example, let me give you an example. I used to sit in the budget committee before I was chased out. And we, for the last 2 years, we passed 5 billion shillings fund called National Credit Guarantee. Until today, not a single penny has been dispersed. Because it's one thing to put programs and money there. It's another thing to ensure that our people are helped, that we do hard holding for them to be able to access these opportunities. And that's another task I'm going to entrust my deputy governor to work with. We are going to have a CEC for affirmative action. Yes, so that that CEC and that docket can help our youth, our women, our persons living with a disability to access all these programs. Otherwise, they are going to be just documents sitting in the shelves or just mere pronouncement. And because my deputy governor is a business woman, she's an entrepreneur, and she's a manager in her own right. So I look forward to working with her to empower our women, to empower our youth, and to empower persons living with disability under our empowerment program to be able to access our credit schemes, our export schemes, and also to mobilize common money to partner with investors under our investors program. Finally, let me also mention something about our housing program. Already I'm having discussions with the National Housing Corporation, and we are going to, when we unveil our manifesto, we'll elaborate more. But it is my vision that within the next 5 years, all the tenants who are currently occupying county houses in Kiambu County, they will not be just tenants, they will be owners of either those houses or partnering with National Housing Corporation and other investors to redevelop the houses they occupy, to improve on the asset value, to have more modern housing, but on condition, on a very strict condition, that we're not going to have tenants of our county houses anymore. They are going to be, we have convert them into mortgage holders for those who wish. We are still going to, after developing these houses, we're still going to keep aside, because not everybody wants to own a house, contrary to what we have been lied to by some people. It is people's democratic right to be tenants if you want. Ownership of houses cannot be mandatory. So we still want to have a fair balance between those people who want to continue as rent payers, those people who want to own houses, but any current occupier of county houses in Thika, in Roiro, in Kiambu, in Limuru, in Kikuyu, I want to assure you that the current standoff between county government and these tenants is going to be a thing in the past, because we will bring financial solutions straight onto your doorstep. It's up to you to refuse. So I think we are going to have the most robust affordable housing scheme in Kiambu County, and looking at one of my vision really, and my desire is to leave the entire Nairobi as a business district, and all the people are going to, who are working, including all of you, are going to live in Kiambu County. Let me mention something about the issue of two things. One, on fees, fees. Two, on markets, and three, on the issue of approvals. I want to finish with those three things. Now, on the issue of fees, I want to thank my brother, my good friend, Governor Tito, because of the legacy he left of waiving the fees, no markets in Kiambu paying the fees. And I think this is a first for the Republic of Kenya. Sometimes we don't recognize the wonderful things that happen. I was in Busia, and they're haggling about between 20 shillings and 50 shillings, as we want our traders to maximize from their businesses. So in all the markets, all the designated markets, we are going to continue with what Baba Health started, of not charging our traders fees, because I am standing on a ticket of growing our economy. So I want to make that very clear. The second one is on markets. And markets are a very important part of my program. It's a shame. You guys should go around Kiambu. There's only maybe 2-3 towns which has got a market worth calling a market. Our traders, our women, our brothers and sisters are 90%. They are hawking their wares from the streets. There are no structures. They are under scorching sun. And my commitment is that I am going to build 2 markets per ward. 2 markets per ward. Mark my words, 2 markets per ward. And every major trading center in Kiambu market will have a market, a decent market. And when I say decent, this is where the problem lies. That I have seen people putting too much money to build superstructures. What we need is for our people to trade in dignity and safety. So we are going to lower the cost of building our markets, so that we can have enough resources to roll out as many markets as possible. And I have gone around the entire Kiambu County. There is land and there is space. So I cannot fathom why it has taken us so long to ensure that every trading center has got a decent market. So that's another very important. I'm actually tasking not my docket for trade. My docket for trade is to facilitate trade, but the docket that is going to be in charge of infrastructure is the one which is going to roll out markets, working with the development partners like NAMSIP, like KUSIP, to be able to rapidly develop, these markets within my first 1 year. So I want to tell the people of Kameno, Indika, Makongeni, the people of Gidega. I want to tell the people of Sokomjinga, which we now call Sokomolevu. Kiambu is the only county with a Sokomjinga and Sokomolevu. So we are a county that is rich in diversity. So I want to tell our traders in all these markets that help is coming, and rolling out markets in all these centers is very important and a central part of our agenda. And then on the issue of approvals, as I've mentioned before, I am going to appoint at director level a county ombudsman. And the work of ombudsman is to receive any complaints from the public. So for my people who are going to put in charge of approvals, If any member of public who I consider to be investor makes a complaint about you, about corruption, about delay in approvals, I am going to have a ranking scheme. And by the way, these complaints will be captured in a portal, in a complaints portal, and even you in the media and members of the public can access. It is like traffic tickets. For in some countries where someone, if you are booked, you gain some, some points. You accumulate some points, some negative points. So both negative and positive points accumulation from the office of the ombudsman are going to be displayed for the public to know. And you can know that this particular CEC has got 75 cases reported, 36 cases reported, because we are not doing the public a favor. We are here to serve the public. And these people who want approvals, they are really my partners in development. They are making my work easier. So I don't know, this mindset of hii ni kazi, hii hapana kazi, hii ni utumwa. My cabinet is going to be a cabinet of watumwa, slaves of the public, slaves of the taxpayer, slaves of the citizens who are going to put us in office. Let me finish by saying that I know what I'm saying. Tomorrow I'm having a benchmarking tour where I've invited residents of Kiambu County to join me in Gatundu South. It is one thing to say these things verbally. It's another thing to show practically that this can be done. And within my limited mandate as a member of parliament for Gatundu South over the last 8 years, I've demonstrated practically that you can be able to get our people out of poverty. But talk is cheap. That's why I am tomorrow inviting even you in the media, inviting a representative from all the 60 wards of Kiambu County to come and we showcase what development looks like practically, that you can improve our infrastructure, that you can give our people water, that you can let people live with the dignity of living under electricity, not under Karambari, 60 years after independence. And I'm challenging my worthy competitors. This is my record. All of us have been in office. Kila mtu atupeleke kwake, atuonyeshe ile anawekelea kwa meza, ile amefanya. Because we are not new. If you are new to a public office, it's okay. You can just promise from there. But now myself and my competitors, we have all had the privilege of being entrusted